In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Okay, Brian McCutcheon, 17-7. Good morning. Sir, do you have a lawyer?
No, sir.
Are you going to hire a lawyer, make application to the Public Defender's Office?
I'm going to make an application for a public defender.
Okay. Make your application, turn it in there to jail as soon as possible. And do you understand the charges against you?
No, I'm not sure, sir.
Okay. I'm going to have you reappear in Newton County Circuit Court at the Newton County Courthouse on March 3rd at 10 o'clock, okay? For an arraignment and attorney status.
Are there anything to do with my bond today?
Let's see.
I've been here 21 days.
Judge, he's charged with breaking and entering, criminal trespass. I show bond is set at $1,500.
That's about as low as we can go right now. Make your application and let your, if you qualify, we'll have the lawyer work on it for you, okay?
And Your Honor, I believe you told him to reappear in Jasper on March the 3rd. I believe that's our Boone County day. I think March 1st may be your Newton County day.
Well, rather than March 3rd, March 1st, okay? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
State versus Shane Middleton, 17-8. Also has 17-9. Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you have a lawyer, sir?
Working on it, working on mine, don't need to be next year.
Okay. You're going to hire a private lawyer?
I intend to, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll tell you what, I'll have you appear before Judge Webb here in Harrison or by Skype if you haven't bonded out on February 24th at 8:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. State versus Brandon Carney out of Newton County, 17-11. Brandon Carney. You have a lawyer, sir?
Not at this moment. I'm
I've been in contact with one.
Okay, are you going to hire a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You understand the charges against you?
Yes,
Are you entering a plea of not guilty?
yes.
Okay, we'll enter that plea of not guilty. And I'll have you come back on March 3rd at 9:30 for attorney status.
March 1st, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm looking at March 1st. Very well.
Thank you.
Nicole Hagebush, 17-40, forgery in the second, theft of property. Okay. Do you have a lawyer, ma'am?
No, sir.
Are you going to hire a lawyer or make application to public defender?
Yes, sir.
Which?
A public defender.
Okay. Pick up an application, fill it out, and turn it in. Reappear in this court on February 24th at 8:30. Gayla Howe, 16-293, theft by receiving, possession of controlled substances.
Judge, we're going to resolve her case today if we could call her up after a break.
Okay, we'll recall your case, ma'am. State versus Derek Blake, 16-279. Pardon me. Battery in the second, terroristic threatening. Derek Blake Hutchison. Hey, Eric.
What are you, Judge?
Good morning. We're here for any pretrial motions. Yes.
No motions to be heard, Your Honor. I spoke with Mr. Blagg before court. I'm going to subpoena the victim's medical records in this case. I did speak with the victim's father by phone yesterday. The victim does have one more medical procedure scheduled for the middle of March. Once that's completed, we should have a better feel for the restitution in the case. And we've been discussing it. I think we're working toward what will be a resolution in the matter, but we can leave it on for scheduling order for now.
Okay.
That's fine, Judge.
Very well. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
17-47, State versus Sebastian McEllier, theft by receiving. Morning. Do you have a lawyer?
No, sir.
You going to hire a lawyer?
I'm probably an attorney.
Say it again.
Just an attorney.
Okay. Are you going to pay a lawyer? Or do you need to make application to a public defender?
Public defender, yeah.
Okay. Pick up an application, fill it out, turn it in, return on March 3rd at 9:30 for attorney status and arraignment. Sarah Beach Parker, drug case 15-149, 16-281.
She will be one of the inmates, Your Honor.
She's here, okay.
Yes.
Your Honor, did you need her?
Oh, she's here.
Okay.
Come forward.
Hello.
Hello.
Ms. Parker has two pending cases. She did have private counsel previously. She has since pled or been found guilty in a federal case and is awaiting sentencing. Had her transported to determine whether or not she would qualify for public defender representation and to get a new date for her to come back for what will hopefully be a negotiated plea once she's been sentenced in her federal case.
Are you going to hire a lawyer or make application to public defender?
I'm not sure if I would qualify because I've hired outside counsel for my federal case, so with that kind of, but I'm not sure that it's Erwin Davis. I don't know, could you call him maybe and see if he's my lawyer for this? I don't know how it works really. But I know I've hired outside counsel for federal, so I don't know if I qualify for indigent for state.
Okay. We'll call him at the break. Call your case later.
All right, thank you.
State versus Tiffany Pearson, 16189. Possession of methamphetamine. Is it?
Yes, Your Honor. The last time we were here, we entered a plea. Ms. Pearson, there was some funds she needed for purposes of having her probation out of state, and we delayed sentencing until today.
Okay.
Do you have the police statement and everything in there? We went over it last time. I think we just deferred sentencing until today.
That is correct. My copy does have a file mark stamp, so I'm hoping the original's in the clerk's file.
You were previously adjudged guilty of possession of methamphetamine. You're placed on 2 years probation, supervised probation. You'll be screened for drug treatment, follow any treatment recommendations, forfeit all items seized. You pay $200 in cost, $750 fine, DNA fee of $250, drug crime assessment of $125, $20 booking fee. Pay what you owe at the minimum rate of $100 per month. Begin making your payments within 30 days. Payments are made to the Boone County Sheriff's Department.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
I'm deep in the rugged wilderness, and I haven't seen a soul in weeks. You have to be extremely tough to survive way out here.
Hey, love your show.
Thanks.
Qualified buyers get 0% APR for 60 months plus $1,500 special edition bonus on a new 2017 Special Edition Tundra. Hurry in today. Toyota Trucks, a heritage built on adventure. Toyota, let's go places.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of a community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There is one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a crucial commitment to their community because just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud. Harrison has a Health Mart now. Sam Alexander Pharmacy, on the square in downtown Harrison. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Ah, sweet Louise, do you dream of Hercules? To be the best dressed boy in town, where you sure are something, the best there ever was.
The new Sport Heritage line.
Well, it won't mean nothing unless you try my luck and bring her out to you, Louise.
Only from Yamaha.
(16-351) State versus Stacy Sexton. Possession of methamphetamine. This is the Public Defender's Office representative.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sexton. Let's see. We've issued a scheduling order. Is there anything to be done today?
Your Honor, last time she was in court, she needed to finish completing the public defender application. I'm assuming she's done that since the public defender's office has been appointed. I'm going to go ahead and provide Mr. Hancock with a copy of our file.
Okay. Has she done that? completed the application.
Looks like we are appointed judge.
Okay. Next appearance is April 14th, 9:30. April 14th, 9:30. Free to go. State versus Aaron Smith, possession of methamphetamine, 16,285. If for any pretrial matters we need to take up or set.
No, sir.
Okay.
Your Honor, the state did provide the defense with the crime lab report. It did come in, as well as a plea offer.
Very well. Next appearance is April 14th, 9:30, sir. State versus Stephen Smith, possession of controlled substances, 16,203.
Judge, I think we're set for a plea deadline today. Judge, I'm going to ask for a reset on the pretrial. My client provided me with some new information, and I want to file a motion to suppress in this case. If we can have that heard on March the 3rd.
No, he's set for trial that following week.
Okay. We'll hear the motion suppressed on March 3rd.
Thank you, Judge.
17-10, Connor Rigsby. Left of center, reckless driving, several driving-related violations, possession of methamphetamine. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Sir, do you have a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Are you going to hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
Yeah, I need a public defender.
Okay. Pick up an application from that lady right over there, fill it out, return to this court on February 24th for arraignment and attorney status, okay? State versus Angie Lewis, 16-26. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's see, this case is before Judge Webb, and she apparently did not appear, looks like last September, and Judge Webb issued an alias warrant. Who represents you, ma'am?
I'm not sure. I thought I signed up for a public defender last time I was in there.
Okay, let me
I've been in jail incarcerated for the last three months at least, and before that I was in rehab.
Okay. Was Mr. Bunch your attorney?
I'm not so sure, sir.
Okay, let me look through the file. Just bear with me for a minute.
All right. The last time I appeared in your court, they made us sign up for the public defender, and I had done that, and they told me they would represent me the next time I was in.
Okay, looks like the public defender's office represents her. I tell you what, if the public defender's office could contact this lady if she has a reason why she couldn't be present, I'm sure Judge Webb will address that. But in the meantime, I'll schedule you to appear before Judge Webb on February 24th at 8:30. So hopefully that public defender's office will contact you today. Okay?
So I can't have a bond or anything?
Well, it's Judge Webb's case, and I won't. Maybe you don't need to make a bond, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
If the public defender's office can talk to you and see what the reason was.
Yes, sir.
But I'm sure Judge Webb will set you a bond.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm cruising here in my new Camry, following the NAV's predictive traffic. That's when I saw smoke coming from the pet store. I called 911 on the Bluetooth and began the rescue. The owner gave me this as a reward.
Wait, you got a new Camry?
The 2017 Camry. It'll surprise a few people.
Get $2,500 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $1,000 subvention bonus on a new 2017 Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
Sam Alexander Pharmacy has expanded and is now offering many additional products and services. Their new pharmaceutical compounding area allows them to create products to fit the unique needs of a customer. They also have added Spinco orthotic shoes and sandals, Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes, baby gifts by Aiden and Anais, and toys by Melissa and Doug. Stop in today and let them help you with any of your specialty pharmaceutical needs. Sam Alexander Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy in Harrison.
I'm Randall. I work at the on-site lab at Dental Creations on the square at Harrison. Working with Dr. Wanda is great. She's taught me a lot and showed me a lot, and she gives us the freedom to get one-on-one with the patient. If there's a problem, we can actually come out of the back and do what's best for the patient. Having this on-site lab here with the doctors, that's really nice.
Dental Creations on the square in Harrison, next to the Big Red Boot.
17-49, State versus Matthew Boland, capital murder, kidnapping, felony with a firearm. Sir, do you have a lawyer? Okay.
Judge, I think the commission has appointed Mr. Coleman to represent Mr. Boland, and
okay,
we're going to, I guess, stand in today and enter a plea of not guilty.
Okay, we'll enter that plea of not guilty. And I'll schedule the next appearance on March 3rd at 9:30 so the new attorney can get involved. That's all we can do right now, sir. Thank you. 16-269, that's Mr. Butler. They wanted him transported, so we'll have him transported to the courtroom. State versus Katie Daniel, delivery of controlled substances, 12-188.
Gunner, we verified yesterday that Jeremy Friend represents Ms. Daniel. He is going to go visit her at the jail this coming week. So that case does not need to be called today. It was just basically for attorney status.
All right.
She has 3 cases, Your Honor.
Okay. You're represented by Mr. Friend, is that right? Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Does Jeremy Friend represent you?
I'm just not aware of this.
Judge, I originally represented her. I had a conflict, so they appointed Mr. Friend to represent her. He's aware of it, Judge, and he will visit with her.
Okay, they're telling me that Mr. Attorney Jeremy Friend has been appointed to represent you.
Okay, is there any way that I can just I want to plead guilty and get this taken care of, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Friend and I discussed that yesterday, and he's going to meet with her, and then we're going to come back and discuss it and try to resolve it soon.
Did you hear that, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. It would be best, they tell me you've got 3 cases, so it would be best if you go through your lawyer on this.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. State versus Ernest Elliott. Possession of controlled substance, public intoxication. 17-13. Let's see, appeared before Judge Webb and entered a plea of not guilty on February 10th. He's just appearing here to get on our scheduling order, and if we haven't already, we'll issue a scheduling order. Is there anything else to be done?
Judge, I'm just checking to see if Mr. Elliott has a bond.
It says 5,000.
5,000, okay.
Well, okay. We'll issue a scheduling order. Thank you, sir.
The Defender's Office does represent him?
Yes, Your Honor,
Okay.
we will represent
I'll
him.
provide Mr. Hancock with a copy of our file.
Okay. That's all we can do today, sir. Thank you. State versus John Bondren, 13-121. Possession of controlled substances, paraphernalia.
Okay.
Okay, the state's moving to dismiss this case, and unless there's something else holding you, you may be released after processed out. That's it. Thank you. Dustin Risley, commercial burglary, theft, criminal mischief, 16-327. I think we're here for a pre-trial if necessary, or schedule a pre-trial or motion hearings.
There's no motions.
Nothing to be done, okay?
And state has, I was going to say, the state has extended a plea offer. There is a serology report we're still waiting for from the crime lab. Looks like the items were submitted on November 18th.
Very well. That's all we can do today, sir. 16-300, Kalijah Scott, possession of methamphetamine.
There was a failure to appear warrant issued pursuant to an FTA on December 9th of last year, and I believe she was served with that warrant.
Okay. Sir, I'll order you to appear before Judge Webb on February 24th at 8:30. Who represents you?
I'm not 100% sure yet, sir. I'll wonder if I could just maybe it could be like probation from my first one.
Okay, that'll have to be worked out with the public prosecutor's office, rather. Can you hire a lawyer?
Not long in jail.
Okay. Well, make application, excuse me, to the public defender's office. Does PD represent you? At any rate, appear before Judge Webb next Friday. You need a lawyer. If you can't afford one, make application.
I believe they gave me one, but maybe it's for the other court. I'm not sure.
Okay. I tell you what, just fill out another one. That's the way we'll know for sure you have an application filled out.
Your Honor, is there any way I can plead guilty to it? I gotta be
Well,
home, so.
quite possibly, but you might not like the results you get. I think it'd be best if you go through your lawyer, but it's your choice.
Okay.
All right. You may stand aside. Thank you. State versus Michael Taylor, 16-113, possession of methamphetamine, drug paraphernalia, driving on suspended license.
There was a failure to appear issued last September 9th. Campbell Bonding did make a couple of appearances since then, and I believe that the defendant was in the state of Oklahoma. Apparently he's been served with the warrant and is now in our jail.
Does Mr. Downham represent you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I was out working.
All right. I'm going to schedule you to appear on March 3rd at 9:30. And why don't you contact Mr. Downham and have him work?
I contacted him. I think because my court date was set for the 24th. I think that's whenever he was. I contacted him, told him it would be for the 24th. That's whenever I got booked. Is whenever you guys told me that I would be coming to court.
Tell you what, again, contact Mr. Downham, have him contact the prosecutor's office, and if we need to set a bond or if there's a good reason you weren't here, I'll certainly address it.
No, I was just working. I was on the pipeline.
Well, I appreciate that, but you're also a defendant in a criminal case here. And you have to come to court. And again, if there's a good reason that you couldn't be here, then I'll take that up and consider it. If we need to set another bond, I'll be happy to do that too. But you've got a lawyer, you need to go through the lawyer.
I've got a hold of my lawyer.
Well, get a hold of him again if you can.
Okay.
Tell him to call the prosecutor. I said to call the prosecutor, okay? All right.
Thank you.
Michael Williams, 16-343, rape and sexual assault. Good morning.
Judge, we're here for a pretrial, and we have yet to be provided the discovery in this case.
Your Honor, I do have the discovery here ready to provide it today. I apologize to the court for not having it to the defense before now.
Okay. We'll move the pretrial till would you prefer it to be on March 3rd or the 17th of March?
Either date, Judge.
Okay, March 3rd. Okay, sounds like your lawyer's working on your case. As soon as he gets some information, he'll consider it.
Thank
you. Your next appearance is a pretrial on March 3rd. Okay, thank you. Ronald Tatro, 16-153, possession of controlled substances and paraphernalia. Alias warrant withdrawn.
Sorry about that, Your Honor.
Okay. Who represents you?
Mr. Hancock, I guess, public defender.
All right. Set for hearing today.
Judge, he's got a new case. I think when I talked to Mr. Bradford, we agreed to pass the revocation case to the pretrial on the other case.
Do we know when that is?
April 14th.
Okay. Would you waive the 60-day hearing requirement?
We do. We'll toll all the time, Judge, on that.
Hearing on April 14th in your case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Matthew Allen, 14-179, possession of methamphetamine, resisting arrest. Scheduled for revocation hearing today.
He is, Your Honor. The probation officers are going to come over around 11 o'clock, and we're going to discuss the revocations and see where we are.
Okay. 16-91, Robert Black, possession of controlled substances and paraphernalia.
Judge, we're going to resolve this case today. If we can call it back up after.
We'll recall it. 16-339, Jessica Bresler, delivery of methamphetamine, illegal use of a communication device. Are there any pretrial matters we need to take up?
Judge, there's allegedly a confidential informant in this case. We need the name of that person and the CI file on that person.
You had any objection to disclosing that?
I'll discuss it with the officer, Your Honor, and see what our position is going to
If
be.
you plan to use the 4-minute trial, release the name.
Judge, I need the file as well, the CI file, and any criminal history of the CI, any other deals that the CI may have done.
Okay. Release anything that's discoverable under Rule 17.
Yes, sir.
Free to go.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Steve bought the responsible 2017 Corolla. That's because Steve makes good decisions, except when he picked up that stray cat. The Corolla comes standard with advanced safety features and loads of tech, making it a great decision. Unlike... Oh, Steve. The 2017 Corolla. Always a good decision.
Right now, get $1,500 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a stylish new 2017 Corolla. Toyota, let's go places.
Hello, this is Michelle from Nature's Wonders. A new year is upon us, and who doesn't love the possibilities that come along with a fresh start or a new beginning? Let us help you achieve and maintain a healthy, active lifestyle in 2017. Come see our large selection of organic and natural grocery, produce, restricted diet items, supplements including detox and energy, and much more. You can make 2017 your healthiest year yet. Nature's Wonders on Highway 65 in Harrison next to Thompson's Ace Hardware. Happy New Year.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of a community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There is one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a crucial commitment to their community because just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud. Harrison has a Health Mart now. Sam Alexander Pharmacy, on the square in downtown Harrison. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
16333, April Brown, domestic battery and carrying a weapon.
Your Honor, I submitted an order to the court to resolve this matter. I'm not sure if it's made it to the clerk's file or not.
No, I don't see that it has. Was it a dismissal order?
It was, Your Honor, and it may be the one that Uni gave me this morning that I took downstairs. I think it was, yes. So
Okay.
it has been filed.
Very well. Apparently it's been dismissed. 16263, State versus John Bryson, theft by receiving, drug paraphernalia, possession of controlled substance. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Judge, we're ready for trial in this case.
Okay, we'll leave it as scheduled.
Thanks.
Amy Dotson, 17-42, possession of methamphetamine.
May I approach you?
You may.
Judge, I think she's going to be in Judge Webb's court, but we can go ahead and arraign her today.
Okay. I've appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're preparing for an arraignment, so does she enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes, Judge, waive reading.
Okay, and we'll have her appear before Judge Webb on February 24th at 8:30. Okay, thank you. State versus Summer Eastwood, possession of controlled substances and paraphernalia, 16-331. Are there any pretrial matters we need to take up?
No, Judge.
Okay, stay in contact with your lawyer.
Your Honor, we are still waiting on the crime lab results. The evidence was submitted on November 18th.
Amanda Guthrie, also known as Amanda Skinner, 16-319, drugs and firearms, possession of controlled substance with purpose to deliver, endangering the welfare of a minor. Are there any pretrial matters?
Judge, we made a request of Mr. Bradford to get any video from any body cameras from the law enforcement folks that showed up at our door. I don't know if he's had a chance to do that. Just made the request on Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, didn't have that written down, but yes, we did discuss that on Wednesday. I have not had a chance to do that yet. I will do so this coming week.
I'll reschedule the pretrial for March 3rd.
Thank you, Judge.
9:30. Carol Wagner, 16-273, battery, fleeing, leaving the scene of accident, DWI. Alias warrant previously issued, withdrawn. Do we have any pretrial issues in this case?
Judge, Mr. Bradford contacted me and stated that he had a conflict, I believe, in this case, and we were asking the court to transfer this over to 4th Division.
No, I'm a close friend with the alleged victim in that case.
Yes. Got some time on it. We'll transfer it to Division 4.
She need to appear on the 24th, Judge.
24th, 8:30. Clifford Andrews, 10-69, forgery and theft.
Mr. Andrews and Mr. Parker are both present. It's set for a revocation hearing today. The probation officer is here. We're going to discuss the matter and see if we can reach a resolution.
Very well. We'll call it later. Matthew Allen, 14-179, controlled substances. Set for a revocation hearing.
He is set for a hearing, Your Honor. Just from discussing this matter with representatives from the probation office that are here today, I believe it would be in Mr. Allen's best interest if he were to just go report to the probation office and make contact with his officer. I think that would go a long way toward possibly resolving this matter. If he could go take care of that and come back to court, I would not have any opposition to that. But we are set for this afternoon.
You're talking about the 1 o'clock?
Back at 1?
Yes. Is that what you're saying? Okay. That's fine, Judge.
So what are you going to do?
Go see my probation officer.
Go right now.
You know who to report to?
Adams. Miss Adams.
Okay. Good.
You'll find out when he gets there.
Okay.
I think he's
Changed up. Go ahead.
South Line.
Yeah.
Austin Adams, fleeing, reckless driving, DWI, insurance, failure to yield, 1743. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Who is your lawyer?
Well, not one Judge. It'd be Tim Parker.
Okay. You understand the allegations against you?
Yes, sir.
Are you entering a plea of not guilty to these allegations?
Not guilty and waiving all.
Okay. Waiving the formal arraignment?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, I will enter that plea of not guilty. The case is in this division. You reappear on March 3rd at 9:30 for attorney status.
Okay.
Free to
Thank
go.
you, sir.
Jeremy Morgan, forgery in the second degree and theft, 13-139.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Does the public defender represent you, sir?
I filled out the paper and I asked if I was going to be able to speak with one before court.
Okay.
And they said that they sure that I would have been able to. So.
Okay, we'll have to call your case later then, so they can get a chance to talk to you.
Okay, thank you.
State versus Shay Butler, capital murder, aggravated robbery, firearms for certain persons, felony with a firearm, habitual offender, 16-269.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Mr. Butler appears here and with attorney Andrea Stokes, and the state's represented by Wes Bradford. And let's see, why are we here? Free trials, if necessary to schedule hearings.
Your Honor, the defense has filed a short list of motions, primarily motions for disclosure of records from various entities, I think geared toward to see if there may be some possible mitigation evidence that could be had. Ms. Stokes has shown me her proposed orders for the release of that information. I did file responses. My primary concern was just whether or not the entities had noticed that the motions were being filed. But the state prosecutor's office does not oppose them having these records. Just want to make sure that the entities that they're being sought from have had adequate notice that the records are being sought.
So what are you asking me to do?
Judge, I guess if these entities are contacted and do not have a problem releasing this information, then that's fine. But if they do have any objections to the release of the information, I believe they should have the opportunity to appear before the court to express that opposition, and then for the court to rule whether or not they should have to disclose that information anyway.
So you just suggesting I write that in, maybe?
Yes, sir.
And if I may, Your Honor, most of these records pertain to Mr. Butler or his family, all of whom have given consent for these records to be released because they do relate to them. So those release forms are provided to those respective agencies.
So there may not be an issue. There may not be one, but just to be safe.
All right. Well, I'll write something to that effect. If they desire to object, they have so many days to do so.
Okay.
And, Judge, there was a motion for continuance filed. At the time it was filed, they had not received our discovery yet. I think it probably arrived within a day or two of when they filed the motion. It is a sizable file, a lot of information there, so I certainly understand.
So you're not objecting to that?
No, it's a lot of information. I know they're going to need some time to review all of it.
It is, Your Honor. And in addition to that, just preparing for the bifurcated portion, the mitigation portion of trial, in addition to the investigation of the actual guilt-innocence portion.
The jury trial is presently scheduled for May 1st. How much longer do you think you'll need?
I think if we could get a setting near the end of this year, that would probably be adequate time for us. I'm not sure.
I hate to push it that far.
I understand, Your Honor, but
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a continuance, but you may need to move for another one if you don't have enough time.
That's fine, Your Honor.
Because I'd really rather not push it that far.
Could we come back for another status hearing in the meantime to just kind of see where we are?
We'll schedule that.
Okay, perfect. That sounds good to us, Your Honor.
There's a plea deadline scheduled on the 14th of April. Is that too soon?
That's April 14th is fine for us to return.
Okay, we'll have a status hearing, or whatever you want to call it, on April 14th.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
May I be excused?
You may be.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
I'm Randall. I work at the on-site lab at Dental Creations on the square at Harrison. Working with Dr. Wanda is great. She's taught me a lot and showed me a lot, and she gives us the freedom to get one-on-one with the patient. If there's a problem, we can actually come out of the back and do what's best for the patient. Having this on-site lab here with the doctors, that's really nice.
Dental Creations on the square in Harrison, next to the Big Red Boot.
You know, we should always remember to have a working smoke detector where we sleep. Let's go, let's go. Okay, we're all safe, we're all safe. In an emergency, you need a meeting place outside the whole family can meet, so you know everyone is safe.
Sarah Parker, also known as Sarah Beach Parker, 16281. It's a drug case, 15149, similar charges.
Hi, Your Honor. I don't know if anyone talked. I didn't get to use the phone.
With Mr. Davis, I will have to check on that. Okay. We'll call you again.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, can I ask? The last time I was here for this case, my attorney was actually Robert Teague, but
Right.
he had stated that he was going to withdraw, but I don't know if he actually filed a motion to withdraw or not.
Yeah.
He did?
He did.
Okay.
I'll check it, but I'm confident I released him.
Okay.
Guy from Bentonville or someplace?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm confident I did.
Okay.
Gayla Howell, 16293.
Judges negotiated plea on
Okay.
Mrs. Howell.
Ma'am, I'm looking at a police statement here. Have you gone over this document?
Yes, sir.
Do you feel you understand what's in the police statement?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the charges against you and the range of penalty if you're convicted?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading guilty to theft by receiving, possession of a controlled substance, morphine, possession of a controlled substance, hydrocodone, and possession of a controlled substance, clonazepam?
Yes, sir.
By entering these pleas, you're giving up your right to have a trial, and you're also giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Are you entering the plea, pardon me, freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Other than this recommendation as to your sentence, have you been promised anything?
No.
Has anyone pressured you or threatened to get you to change your plea?
No.
Or, ma'am, are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes, sir.
Okay. On or about September 14th of last year here in Boone County, were you in possession of a Ford pickup truck which you knew or should have known was stolen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're also in possession of morphine, hydrocodone, and clonazepam without having a prescription for those medications?
Yes, sir.
Okay. At this time, ma'am, I'll accept your plea and adjudge you guilty on possession of, theft by receiving, possession of morphine, and possession of hydrocodone. On each, you'll be placed on 5 years probation, plus you're sentenced to 21 days in the county jail with credit for time served. For the misdemeanor of possession of controlled substance, clonazepam, you're sentenced to 21 days in the county jail with credit for time served. You're ordered to pay $200 in cost, a DNA fee of $250, a $125 drug fee, a $20 booking fee, $740 on the pay for stay ordinance, and you pay these sums at the minimum rate of $100 per month beginning within 30 days. Payments are made to the Sheriff's Department. It looks like you've already signed the conditions in your plea statement, but you'll need to meet with the probation officer before you leave. Okay? State versus Robert Black, 16-91.
We have a negotiated plea with Mr.
Okay.
Black, and I think the state has some motions.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor, I've discussed the matter at length with the law enforcement officers who investigated the case and the applicant on the probable cause affidavit, and they did not oppose the charge of possession, the purpose to deliver being amended to simple possession of methamphetamine, which will be a Class C felony. And then under the terms of the agreement, Mr. Black will plead guilty as charged to possession of drug paraphernalia.
Is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Black, I'm looking at police statement and some terms and conditions of probation. Have you gone over these documents?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature on
Yes,
the
sir.
documents? Do you feel you understand what's set out in these?
Yes, sir.
You understand the amended charges against you and the range of penalties if you're convicted?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading guilty to possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia?
Yes, sir.
By doing so, you're giving up your right to have a trial and your right to have an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Are you entering the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Have you been promised anything other than what's in these documents?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone pressured or threatened you to get you to change your plea?
Yes, sir.
Okay. On or about March 23rd of last year here in Boone County, were you in possession of some methamphetamine?
Yes, sir.
Did you also have some drug paraphernalia with you?
Yes, sir.
This time, sir, I accept your plea, adjudge you guilty. On each count, you'll be sentenced to 6 years probation, plus you'll do 136 days in the Regional Correctional Facility. But
This is basically what you do with a probation plus where they serve more than 120 days in jail. To get the benefit of the credit, he'll get day-for-day credit, which means he'll be on probation.
well, you pay $200 in cost, a DNA fee of $250, drug crime fee of $125, $20 booking fee, $4,765 for staying in the county jail. Pay what you owe at a minimum rate of $100 per month beginning within 30 days. You make your payment at the Sheriff's Department here in Boone County.
Yes, sir.
I need to check in with the probation before we do it. Okay. Just have to get some information from you and give you an appointment, okay? Do not miss that appointment. Screw it up, you put you in prison, okay?
You just go with this young lady here.
Thank you, Joe.
In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Steve bought the responsible 2017 Corolla. That's because Steve makes good decisions, except when he picked up that stray cat. The Corolla comes standard with advanced safety features and loads of tech, making it a great decision. Unlike... Oh, Steve. The 2017 Corolla. Always a good decision.
Right now, get $1,500 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a stylish new